Greetings, Ferechi. I saw your video on vegetarianism, and I'm going to make a response to that. And please don't be offended that a 17-year-old who sounds like a 15-year-old is making a video response to you. So yeah, I'd like to start out by saying that your video was very interesting. I really enjoyed it, and you made a lot of good points. And yeah, let's just talk about those. I think one particularly interesting thing about your video was your fictional example where aliens come down to the Earth and they enslave the human race and start breeding us for food. It's a very, very interesting scenario to think about. And you try to use the non-vegetarian logic against him. Vegetarians say that humans are on the top of the evolutionary ladder, so it's okay for us to eat animals. But if these aliens are higher up on the evolutionary ladder than humans, then it's okay for them to eat us. There are two things that pop to mind immediately when contemplating this thought. First of all, I don't know about you, but I'm of the persuasion that there is no God figure in the universe, at least not in the way that theists would claim there is. And as such, there's no objective right and wrong. Of course, there is right and wrong as humans perceive it, as is ingrained into the human genetic code. But in the grand scheme of things, to the universe, there is no right and wrong. So whether a certain organism has the right to eat another organism is not even a question, in my opinion. In short, there is no should and shouldn't. There is only is and is not. And I think that if the aliens prove to be superior to us, and they manage to get us into a position where they could force us, to be submissive to them, and we couldn't do anything about them eating us and breeding us, then they would definitely have the right to do that. I'm sorry to say, as fucked up as that may seem, as disturbing as that may be to think about, that's how it would be. Which actually brings me to my second point. I think if aliens were to come to the Earth and try that, then humans would definitely fight back, unlike these animals that are in the slaughterhouses. And there'd probably be a war of some sort. And the right in this case of who gets to eat whom would be determined by that war, not by who's higher up on the evolutionary ladder, because I think that it's really unfair to say that these aliens are higher up on the evolutionary ladder than us humans, because they would presumably have originated from an entirely different set of genetic material. Organic material, rather. This feels like I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But I hope you get my point here. That they come from a totally different planet and a totally different system, so it's really unfair to call them more genetically advanced than us, higher up on the evolutionary ladder. Granted, they may have better technology, but that has nothing to do with their DNA, at least when you compare it to ours. So, the right of who gets to eat whom would be determined by the war and not by any inherent genetic thing. The other thing I found interesting about your video was your suggestion that people who want to eat meat, who absolutely have to eat meat, should at least have standards, that they should get their meat from a butcher who gets his meat from a farmer and who slaughters his animals more humanely, and I thought that was interesting too. I think the main problem with that suggestion is the large human population of the Earth, where such a behavior as what you're talking about, of going to the butcher and such, is just impractical. And I think right now, I think the only solution to attain the only way to attain that goal of where people kill animals in a more humane fashion would be one of two ways. First of all, to lower the human population to a point where such a thing is practical, which can be done through a variety of ways: education, contraception, and things of that nature. and the other way would be to convince people to think twice about eating meat. And I think that people who watch videos like yours, or that of many other vegetarians, especially those that depict the slaughtering process, would definitely think twice about their choice. Let it be known that I personally don't, because images like that of the animals being slaughtered really don't psychologically disturb me. I don't know if that means I'm fucked up or what, but I'll continue eating meat. I hope you don't mind. But yeah, like I said, I think the main problem here is overpopulation. So that's really the problem we should be looking at right now. God, it feels like I'm rambling so much. I'm sorry. But let me know what you think, if you've got the time. If you don't, that's fine, I guess. I mean, I'm nobody here on YouTube, but at the same time, I'd really like to know what you think about this. This has been the Insane Bastard, coming to you from America, and peace out.